So they came up with like the perfect pitch, it turns out, for making a low-budget indie mumblecore comedy with an incredible cast, which is basically, what have you remade What About Bob with, except instead of a psychologist and his family and a crazy Bill Murray, it's actually a story about a hippie fighting a battle with his hipster sisters, people that like artisanal cheese and do really terrible stand-up in crappy Brooklyn nightclubs at night while wearing big puffy dresses from the 50s. Our Idiot Brother comes out today. It's really funny. It stars Paul Rudd as an idiot brother who ruins the lives of his three talented, working hard, pretty but a slacker sisters by being an idiot. But as it turns out, he is in fact the holy fool that saves their lives while at the same time ruining them. It's basically this story of What About Bob, except with hipsters, and literal hipsters. I'm not misapplying that word the way a lot of people do. The hipsters in this movie, there's a lot of really weird wardrobe choices in this movie, particularly those of Rashida Jones, who plays a lesbian lawyer who lives in some kind of graffiti collective and wears corduroy shorts and Urkel glasses the whole time. It's really funny. There's a bunch of kind of bad script choices, but as an early feature by the director named Jesse Pritz, it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. I mean, there's a lot of laughs. It consistently sells out the chance for comedy to get at these kind of little, heartwarming character moments. Whether that's good or bad, whether it's better to have the capital H, capital C, high comedy artificiality of What About Bob stripped away and replaced with these kind of goofy character moments or not, I'm not sure. I don't think it's as good as What About Bob, which seems weird to say, compare those movies, but it's pretty funny nonetheless. It is, however, going to be really embarrassing to look at in about 6 months because it doesn't feel like a documentation of a look and feel of a time like 2010, 2011. It just feels like, yeah, let's just stick some weird-looking hipsters in there and not worry about what it'll look like in 6 months when we realize how stupid we all look in 2010 or 2011. It reminds me of a movie that felt that way as soon as it came out, which was Cameron Crowe's second film, Singles, which came out right at the height of the grunge era and had the coolest ever grunge soundtrack and starred actual grunge musicians to tell a grungy love story about love in the grunge town era of pure grunge Seattle. That kind of got shit on, or loved alternatively, for having so much grunge in it. But underneath it, it was actually a pretty funny, well-directed, sharply observed movie. And there's all kinds of links between these two movies, weirdly enough, which is why you should watch Singles instead of Our Idiot Brother this weekend if you don't want to go out to the theater, because you should see Our Idiot Brother if you are in the mood for a mumblecore version of What About Bob. For example, Jesse Pritz, the guy that directed Our Idiot Brother, who knew? Founding member of the Lemonheads, directed the videos for some of their big smash hits, like their cover of Mrs. Robinson. That and the fact that Ned, Paul Rudd's character in Our Idiot Brother, basically looks exactly like Eddie Vedder from Singles in this movie, which was making me uncomfortable until I realized specifically that's what it was, and that was going on about halfway through. And then I just enjoyed it, because who doesn't enjoy Eddie Vedder or Paul Rudd playing Eddie Vedder?
No one.
Nobody!